La vacca lepre lepreino. Boneca Ambalabu.
Rushify. Okay.
Svinina. Ballerina cappuccina. Ballerina cappuccina.
No.
Ballerina cappuccina. Ballerina cappuccina. Ballerina cappuccina.
Warm from playing video games when my roommate Brian burst through the door looking at me. His face was white. He was breathing hard like he'd just run a marathon. I paused my game and asked him what he was talking about. He pulled out his phone and showed me his pistol. Two inmates escaped from County Detention Center.
Ballerina cappuccina.
The facility was only 15 miles from our campus. Brian looked terrified. Dude, we need to lock our doors. What if they come here looking for cars or money? I told him to relax. Campus security would send out an alert. He didn't worry. But then my phone buzzed with a text from my girlfriend Jenny. The message just said, "We need to talk now." That's never been done. I texted back asking if everything was okay. 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. Finally, she wrote, "One of them is my dad." My stomach dropped. Jenny and I had been dating for 8 months. She told me her dad wasn't in the picture, that he left when she was little. I'd never pushed for details because
Ballerina
she clearly didn't want to
cappuccina.
talk about it. Now I understood why. I threw on shoes and ran across campus to her apartment. She answered the door with red, puffy eyes, clearly been crying for a while. She let me in and we sat on her couch. Jenny explained that her dad had been in and out of jail her whole life. Robbery, drug possession, assault, you name it. This time he'd been locked up for stealing from a pharmacy. She hadn't visited him once in 3 years. Didn't even tell him she was going to college. Now he was out there somewhere and she was terrified he'd try to find her. I asked if she'd called the police to warn them. She shook her head. Said she didn't want to get involved. Didn't want anyone knowing her connection. I understood, but also thought that was a bad idea. We spent the next 2 hours just sitting there watching news updates on her laptop. They had helicopters searching the woods near the detention center, police dogs tracking steps. The whole thing felt like a movie, except it was real, and my girlfriend was freaking out. Around midnight, Jenny got a phone call from an unknown number. She stared at her phone screen, frozen, not answering. It rang 4 times, then went to voicemail. A minute later, she had a new voicemail notification. Hands were shaking as she put the phone on speaker to listen. "Hey, Jenny Bear's dad. I know you probably don't want to hear from me. I know I messed up your whole life, but I need you to know I didn't break out to run. I broke out to turn myself in properly. They were planning to transfer me to a maximum security prison upstate tomorrow, 3 hours away from you. I just wanted to see you one time before they moved. I'm at that coffee shop we used to go to when you were little, the one with the blue awning on Market Street. I'll wait here for 30 minutes, then I'm calling the cops on myself. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for everything and I'm proud of you for getting into college. Your mom told me before she passed. Anyway, I love you." Jenny was sobbing now. I didn't know her mom had died. She'd never mentioned it. Turns out it happened 2 years ago. That's when she decided to cut her dad off completely. Blamed him for all the stress that contributed to her mom's health problems. I asked Jenny what she wanted to do. She looked at me with tears streaming down her face. "I want to see him, but I'm scared." We drove to Market Street in my beat-up Honda. The coffee shop was closed, but we could see someone sitting at the outdoor table. It was her dad, wearing an orange detention center uniform, sitting there in the dark, waiting. When he saw Jenny, he stood up but didn't move closer, just waited for her to decide what to do. She walked up to
Arcado
them slowly.
Pus.
I stayed back by the car, giving them space. They talked for maybe 20 minutes. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I saw Jenny crying, her dad crying too. Then she hugged him. After they talked, her dad pulled out a cell phone he'd apparently stolen during the escape and called 911 on himself, told them exactly where he was. 5 police cars showed up within minutes. They arrested him right there while Jenny watched. Before they put him in the car, he looked at her and said, "Thank you for coming." That meant everything. The news the next day called it the strangest prison break in county history.